Yo, it's Dion in your face. And today we're going to be talking about plaster. So let's get started. What's plaster? It's basically a really good material for beginners and people between and advanced. Everyone uses it, but it's a pretty good material for mold making and casting. So it's basically a dry powder that when you mix with water, the water causes it to heat up and solidify. And then you get stuff that looks like this. So this is what's called a Snapcast. It's a Snapcast of my face, done in plaster. It's pretty rigid. Alright, so let's talk about pros and cons, and then after that I'll briefly mention where you can buy it. Or I'll just leave it in the description. I'll also leave it in the description, yeah, that'll be easier. Alright, so pros, it's cheap. You can get a 50-pound bag for 23 bucks. Let's see, sets up quickly within 20-30 minutes. You can make disposable things. Pretty much like I can make a mold or cast something, do what I need with it, and then just throw it in the garbage and not have to care about it because it was incredibly cheap to do. And you know, stuff takes space, and you know, space is a premium, right? So there you go. Cons, one is the weight, right? So like here I have a Snapcast of my face that I did in plaster. Right, this little piece alone probably is about like 4 or 5 pounds. If I did it in a lighter material like a rigid foam, it would probably only weigh like about 1.5 to 2 pounds. I once did a torso in plaster that weighed about 90 pounds. That was a huge mistake. To dust, let's see, like this stuff right here looks like flour. It's plaster. Creates a lot of dust. If you were to hit it, aerate it, you'd be screwed. What else? I kind of recommend wearing a respirator when you know, working with it, or like a dust mask at least, just to like protect your lungs. Because if this stuff gets into your lungs, you'll have like a nasty dry feeling for like the rest of the day. And let's see, another con is that it's not structurally strong, right? So pretty much this stuff, if you didn't back it up with something, it would like crack very easily, and then you start crying because you lose all your work. Some good materials to back it up with is like, let's see, burlap right here. You can get this at Home Depot gardening section. Probably $7 for like this whole roll. Kind of looks like this. Looks like that, right? You cut up into little strips. See, pretty much saturate it in plaster, and then you know, lay it down into your molds. So pretty much like this piece right here, right? See this on this side? I just laid it down here like this, and then let it set, and then it's pretty strong. Gauze bandages, you can impregnate it with plaster, put it into your molds, get a same effect. And then the strongest that you could probably get is fiberglass, right? Either cloth or matting. This stuff is incredibly strong and lightweight. Wouldn't add too much weight to your mold. So that's about it. If you're gonna buy this stuff, I recommend finding a local distributor. It'll be cheaper because you don't have to pay for shipping. Let's see, so local clay distributor is where I typically go. So I get clay, and plaster, all in the same trip. Hardware store, you can get stuff called Plaster of Paris, which is incredibly brittle. So you definitely need like like one of these support structures, one of these materials to back it up with. You know, if you can't find a distributor and that's your last, you know, the only thing you can get, just go to a hardware store and get some of that. The other two types are Ultracal and Hydrocal. Those are the kinds that are most typically used for like mold making and casting. Let's see, and that's about it. So if this video helped you and you learned something new, please hit the subscribe button for more future videos. Peace.